Here's former Deputy Treasury Secretary Roger Altman telling us flat out what we are doing right now.
One thing that I'm hearing from the Treasury Department is that this is not a bailout in their view. But for regular people, it kind of looks like one. What do you think?
Well, the term bailout is obviously a loaded one, and it's in the eye of the beholder. You know, it's like one person sees something and thinks it's a catastrophe. Another person sees the same thing and thinks it's a small accident. But the main point here is that the rescues of 2008 and 2009, which we all remember so vividly, became ferociously unpopular. I mean, one of the most unpopular things that the federal government has done in 50 or 100 years. Many people think they led to, the growth of the Tea Party and the growth of the MAGA movement, and so forth. And therefore, the administration today doesn't want to get within 100 miles of that term bailout. Now, what the authorities did over the weekend was absolutely profound. They guaranteed the deposits, all of them, at Silicon Valley Bank. And what that really means, and they won't say this, and I'll come back to that, what that really means is that they have guaranteed the entire deposit base of the U.S. financial system, the entire deposit base. This is a breathtaking step, which effectively nationalizes or federalizes the deposit base of the U.S. financial system. Now, you can call it a bailout, you can call it something else, but it's really absolutely profound. Now, the authorities, including the White House, are not going to say that, because what I just said, of course, implies that they've just nationalized the banking system. And technically speaking, they haven't, but in a broad sense, they're verging on that.
So look, I would argue this is exactly what the wokesters want. I can't really connect that directly to Joe Biden because he's muddled and he's not in charge, but this is what they would want, right? They like power and control. So what happened over the weekend? A bank, through incompetence and then also all the nonsensical things related to the government in terms of inflation and everything else, a bank failed, and instead of letting it fail, letting nature take its course and saying sorry to the people that put your money here, we knew, Silicon Valley Bank was known to do risky investments. If you're Silicon Valley, it's baked into the name of the thing, right? These are speculative companies. These are often, as I described over the last couple days, like as a guy that started a tech company, Locals, you run at a deficit for a while as you're getting investment, but you're not bringing in a ton of money. The hope is you will get enough users to see that your product is valuable, and then eventually you'll figure out how to monetize that. But they were just pouring money into these things. And now we have, in essence, as Altman is saying, we have nationalized these banks. And at this point, why wouldn't we nationalize them all? And you might go, well, why is that a problem? It's pretty good. Nobody lost their money here. Well, that sounds kind of right, but in woke world, things that sound right are usually very wrong. Because once you have one bank, in essence, you will have one bank, the United States government. All the banks, there'll be no difference between any of the banks. There'll be no competition. There'll be no way that you can leverage one against the other to get a better rate. And then we will all be in a very calcified system where there is no ability to get a better deal.